One of the biggest issues that people are having, from what I've seen online, is that when you get your new starter switch, lights, etc., the connections don't match up with what's on there. And as you can see, if you can see that, none of them are the same. But that's okay, because I actually bought this kit, full connector kit, for like 10 bucks on Amazon. So now all I got to do is trace all the wires and hope that I get them going to the right spot. I'll test them before I actually put them into the connector themselves, and we should be fine. So with that, let's get started on getting this wiring done. And this thing should be basically done except for painting the body. I have the new switch in my hand. So what I'm doing is I'm going to replace these ends, not the ones off of the body or the main harness, because it's just too tight. There's not a lot of extra slack. So that's just being precautionary. But I got this little tiny screwdriver. Then all you got to do, I don't know if you can see this. It's going to be hard to show you, but you just push the little clip on the, you can't see that, but there's a little clip inside. All you have to do is push that in, and the wire, in this case it'll be the black one, should just pop right out. It's a little bit finicky, and I am being very careful. Okay, there we go. So the black one out. So there's just like the tiniest tab right there. They just have to push in, and this will slide right out of the old housing. Because it's brand new housing, I'll save it. But that's how I'm going to separate the wires and then start troubleshooting how this thing has to go back together, because none of the colors match. It won't matter, because as long as it's the same gauge wire, that will be fine. And yeah, troubleshooting. I'll let you know how it's progressing. Nothing too complicated though. But I will have to test some things before I actually put it into the housing. Okay, I got all of those guys out of the 6-prong. When you're not filming it, it's way easier to do, so don't let it complicate anything. It's pretty easy to do. So all those popped out. It helps that it's brand new, which is another benefit of not touching the ones that are actually on the main wiring harness. So I'll get these guys out, and then I got to start figuring out what connects to what. Okay, I'm starting with the kill switch. So as you can see, you got gray and green, just the 2 wires going to the kill switch, which is fine. That's what it is on the bike harness itself, but the colors don't match. So try and get a view for you. So I got black and black with a white stripe. So now I just got to figure out what one does what. It's only 2 wires, and all I'm going to do is take the ends of the 2 wires. I'm going to get the bike running, and then I'll just touch to see what happens before I actually put it into the casing itself. Okay, I've got the battery pack hooked up to it. We're ready to start it up. Now, on the new switch, I have it on the on position. So I'm going to fire it up. This is a cold start, by the way. I'm going to fire it up and then just hit the kill switch. And if that works, then the first one's done, and I can actually put the new clip onto it. So I'm just going to put you on the tripod. We'll put you on the tripod. Now I got it to fire up, and as you can see, so it's the gray to the black and white, and green to the black. So now I'll just get out a 2-prong thing. Let's see if I can do this without spilling my drink. So I got this. It's the receiving end. That's the old one. And it'll just plug in. So I just got to add those in the correct order for this to go on. And then it'll just clip together. Then the kill switch part is done. Okay, so as you can tell, it's idling. This is the new switch hooked up. Kill switch connected. And as you can see over here, that is the new connector right there going into it. And now we just got to keep doing the same thing for all the other wires. Get these headlights going. And the electric start, I'll have to get that going. Not sure, I'll do the electric start next. Now, as I'm looking inside, just to explain this to you, sorry about the filming, but I'm looking inside. And if you look down and inside. I know you guys can't see it, but it's actually brown and blue going to the starter switch, the electric start. And incidentally, on this, brown and blue, it's a 2-prong, so I should just be able to clip this right in without any issues. Hopefully the wires aren't backwards. I'm not sure if that'll affect anything. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to plug it in and see what happens. So that's the new one, just as is. Clips right in. Okay, the battery pack is plugged in again, just to see what's going to happen. Because if you're working with electrical, undo your power source. But let's just see. Okay, that's pretty good. I wonder if she'll actually just fire up. Just see if she'll fire up. Yep, she'll fire up. Okay, last set. I should probably show this. So, new kill switch. Blink. Beauty. Now I just got to figure out the lights, and there's 4 wires to that, so that might take a little bit of time, but I'll show you what I come up with, obviously. Right off the hop, here's the issue with the lights. So this is the lights coming off of the switch, and it is only a 3-prong connector on both sides, and I got 4 wires. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I might have to cut one of these or 2 of these and join them together and go into a single socket. That's actually what they did on this one, on the old one. As you can see, there's 4 wires. Sorry about that. 4 wires. So you got blue, gray, green, and white. Obviously, those colors don't correspond with this. But if I can figure that out, I can just splice them. Because like I said, I do have new connectors, obviously. It's a whole kit. But I'll see what I come up with. It's going to take a little bit of just kind of touching the wires to that socket and seeing what works. And with a little bit of touching wires to wires, hitting the low beams, high beams, you can figure it out. You can see I got a couple new guys on this. This is off of the main switch. This is the final connection. So it's just one of these tiny little things. Okay, I'm going to get this clipped on. It's just way easier to do when I'm not filming. And I'll show you the headlight working, and I'll actually hook up the new starter switch to the top, and then we'll deal with the tail light. All right, so that is crimped on. I got these pliers off of Amazon as well to go with the kit. Handy as heck. And with a whole bunch of trial and error, I got the new things on. Now I can just plug and play. I got my new headlight attached to the wiring harness, but let's just get this plugged in so you guys can see that it works. Let's try and get you a little bit closer. Okay, that's 1, that's 2. Okay, all right, so you probably just saw the light come on. And just like that, with a new fittings kit for the lights, cheap pair of pliers for crimping them. These are $10. Awesome. This quad is ready to go. All I gotta do is paint the body now, and should be ready to go for Christmas. So if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one when I paint the body.